I'm not averse to eating well, as in even having pasta in the evenings, taking advantage of good cuisine. The key to that, of course, I work out quite a bit. You can eat like a pig, but you gotta train like a beast. Hi, I'm Babs Olusanmokun. Today, I am gonna show you what my diet looks like. Most definitely, I don't have a calorie counting kind of thing. I try to be functional with the things I eat. If I could get away without eating, I would, but I cannot. I love to be active, so I have to make sure that I fuel my body properly. I try and eat good things that are good for me, and I tend to like things that are good for me because I know how important the proper fuel is for my body. I love a big, nice breakfast. I love my eggs. I love my yogurt, blueberries, banana, and some granola. If I'm in London, I do lots of oatmeal. I do orange juice. I've been eating a lot of apples lately. That's a new thing that I make sure I do for breakfast. For lunch, I tend to have protein. That could be in the form of chicken. That could be in the form of fish. There's been times where I don't really eat meat. Lately, maybe in the last year or so, I've been doing a bit more steak. Have that with grains, some salad, sometimes a bit of dessert, I tend to have a big lunch. If I'm working and I have a free day, then dinner could be a bit bigger, but usually dinner is lighter and it's earlier in the evening. So let's say 6, because if you eat a little too late, it's not the best for you. Very simple. It's very boring. When I'm working, it could really be just boiled eggs. Monk-like, eggs, no salt. Lots of fruits. I'm a big believer in fruits. I've been lucky as in I can decide, this guy is fit and therefore he's gotta look fit, but my idea of fit is not muscular and like looking jacked. The reality is like functional strength is not always like super cut looking. Functional strength it can be that, but only few people that actually look like that are actually truly fit, so to speak. I do this thing called Jiu-jitsu, so that's really my cardio-wise, because if I'm doing that, I don't really have to go off and do cardio, so to speak, because Jiu-jitsu takes a lot out of you. You're throwing people around or they're throwing you around, and it's just a lot of sweating. If I find myself in a place where I can't do that, or as in I'm working a lot, then I make sure I get to dumbbells, and I'm doing lots of body weight exercises, and I am very much functional. So I can use a dumbbell for 1 minute straight, doing a certain exercise, sometimes 2 minutes straight. So always about pushing, the gas. For Dune, I had a big fight scene. So therefore it was a lot of fight training, a knife training really, working with a fight choreographer, 6 hours of working out with a knife. And that was really fun to be in that world and playing, in that way, learning knife fighting and that choreography. And it was like hours on hours to arrive at this specific time when you're in front of the camera. So that was really fun. For ministry, the boys are on the other side of the action like that. My guy is more of a, smooth undercover dude, So when he does the action, it's very hidden and very quick because he's got to be in and out. Different scenarios. Training is important to find something that you love to do or just really like, because if you do that, if you have that, then you're gonna keep training for a much longer period of time. It's not gonna be a chore, So if you're feeling like training is a chore, you gotta find something that really gets you up and you're like, maybe for one day you're like, oh my God, I gotta get up and train, But then you're like, how will I feel if I don't train? Oh, hell yeah, I'm gonna get up and go train. And that's it, So for me, it's important to just find that thing you connect with. If the diet is hard or too hard, it means you're going past the threshold that you should be at. It's not usually the wisest thing. And I tend to want to eat well, and I tend to there was a time I ate nothing but Mexican, but in the cleanest way possible. And, and I can stay eating Mexican 3-4 times a week, and then I'll switch it up. And now I only go to this Italian restaurant and then the things I eat there. So I can mold myself in certain ways But again, because on the flip side, I'm doing a lot of high intensity work. If you're doing nothing but Italian and you're just sitting in front of the television, no good. So that's the balance. Carb. Oh, my favorite carb is probably bread. Yeah, like really good bread, it's just amazing. Like really, if you can make a good croissant or a great croissant, it's very dear to my heart when I see and get good bread. I'd say probably my dessert is my cheat meal. And if I'm not careful, that could be 3 days a week. I love different kinds of dessert, apple pie and vanilla ice cream. Not 1 scoop, but 2 scoops, sometimes 3 scoops. That is my thing. That's my cheat thing, which I do more than once a week, probably. That's very interesting. Oh my God. Probably Jameis, maybe. Jameis from Dune, I think. He's got some stuff to say. Or probably slap you on the head if you use your silverware improperly. No, I'm not a burger kind of guy. I'm not a burger kind of guy. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, I love tacos. More of a burrito guy, actually, I must say. Tacos are actually a bit too small for me. I'm a more burrito guy, and if I get like rice and beans in there, I got some chicken, forget the salad. We don't need salad with our burrito, and yeah. Ooh, walk around in Paris, and I smell the smell of the boulangeries, which are like the bakeries. And it's sort of something I grew up with also. It really gets me. That's the smell that stays with me more than anything else in terms of food. I'm Babs Olusanmokun, and that's what my diet looks like.